Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to the 140 Hit the Road here in Fortnite Save the World. In today's video, I would like to show you how to solo the Week 2 challenge in escorting Crackshot to the radio station. Then, upon completion, we will receive the Copper Staccato Shotto schematic. Also be mindful of your Hit the Road Daily and your epic mixtape by getting those 25 mixtapes in your pocket. Otherwise, though, let's go ahead and take a look at my hero loadout. I will choose Archaeologist as my commander. My team perk will be Blast from the Past. And then in support team, I like Saurian Focus and Saurian Fight with Berserker, Going Coconuts, and High Caliber Harvest. My gadgets will be the Slow Field and the Stationary Hover Turret. When it comes to defenders, I would choose 3 Riflemen, and I will equip them with the Bright Core Gamatron 9000. And this would be my recommended perk setup for the schematic for use of defenders only. Then, when it comes to additional ranged and melee schematics, you will find those along the way as you are escorting the truck. And then, of course, I like 4 traps and 4 alone when it comes to this limited time mode. The Ceiling Electric Field, the Wall Darts, Wooden Floor Spikes, and the Tar Pit. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take on this week's challenge. And we do want to make sure we are selecting the Tier 3 out in Twine Peaks 140. Now, as we load in, we will discuss some additional information here. When it comes to this particular run, we will defend that vehicle, aka protect the truck as we journey through the desert to play the Song of the Summer. As mentioned, we'll search for our weapons. All right. And then we will encounter the unknown. There will be randomized missions or modifiers, as I'll refer to them as you are going on down through this journey. Then at the very end, you will need to go ahead and defend the truck, and I'll show you how to build, trap, and then do just that. All right? But we will go in now. We will concentrate on farming. We will search everything before we strike. Very important there. You will find tapes inside, believe it or not, open containers. So don't overlook those. All right, our defenders will be our top 3 teammates here.
I'll never get used to coming to the desert with no idea who I am or why I'm mad. I need music. To the radio station!
And then also, we'll look for a boar.
I'll take you where you need to go.
Will be another fantastic teammate option for us.
So unless you need supplies, stay inside the storm shield.
Okay, we have time here. We'll be patient. Use a lot of anti-material charge. Remember, your abilities are free, right? Make sure, too, if you see coconuts on the ground, top yourself off. Don't leave them behind if you can help it, okay? Just something to note. You'll find 2 various leveled treasure chests. In that case, it's a level 5. You will not have a cash drop, though, as you saw there, when it comes to Hit the Road. All right, we actually have 2 level 5 chests here. So, really nice. All right, now we're going to shoot back up to that truck as we heard the horn beep.
Lars. What?
Get some things down defense-wise. And then we'll move and shake.
Okay. Make it happen.
Yeah. I like this here. Slow field down.
Because Christmas is here. Nod your head if you understand me, Lars. Can I just say I understand? Make it both happen, Lars. Both at once. Because that is how we be merry.
All right. And then we will go with a second turret right out here around the corner. All right, first thing we have is bridged out. Okay. Gonna build a metal bridge structure here so the truck can cross. And you must have metal here now. All right. Now, defender-wise, I'll select them to defend. And this guy over here to defend. And then I actually want her here, we'll say. And we'll defend here. All right.
You have a bridge out ahead. Time to get crafty. I would say thanks for the heads up, but I'm busy keeping my head on. Okay, you need to find some steel and rebuild this bridge to keep moving.
Got a little bit ahead of herself there. It's very important, by the way, you don't worry about building floor structures as the truck crosses because it will break those structures. You don't want that to occur, so. Got the flingers out. I'm going to make sure that we don't take any damage by taking care of that guy. All right. So that would be your bridge. And then we'll work it across. All right. You can do harvest up or speed up. We'll go harvest. Don't need to rush here after all. Okay. Then we'll get each of the defenders to follow us now. Very important that you bring them along with you. You don't leave them behind. Easy to do that, by the way. Positioning your defenders properly will make your run quite a bit more effective and efficient for sure. No doubt about it.
You know, when it's not the Christmas season. It's always the season for giving. I like to give, Lars.
Okay, let's go ahead and eat our coconut or something. Remember, eat your coconut and then you drop your teddy or use your smash, right? Okay, I'm going to grab this boar here. So again, I want that for another teammate. Nice passive, a way to earn resource too, right? I would tell you, keep your eyes on the prize, if you will, here. Like, stay ahead of the vehicle. The enemies tend to attack you more than they ever will, that truck. You don't want to be standing on the truck ever, right? Don't be that all-star in a team environment that thinks that's cute or cool. It's not, all right? You're actually working against your team when you do that. Just be mindful. Things are looking good. I actually like to set my teddy back there just in case something from behind tries to get after us a bit. Now, this here, you can have a situation where you have pods and you want to destroy them before the boss spawns or bosses spawn. I don't worry about that so much, so to be honest with you, it gives me an extra opportunity to farm, believe it or not. All right. So I want one back here. And we're just going to take our time here.
I'm picking up some weird signals coming from the old military base.
All right.
So you're saying this is the old base he was talking about? Well,
let's go ahead and get a build around this.
Unless we want to suffer the same fate. I would bet whatever you find down there is responsible for the collapsed bridge. Be careful.
Note here how we're protected on the top somewhat, but how you can run into, and I like to actually seal this a little bit here, believe it or not, like I'm doing, just to protect a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some blocking off around the edge here. Or reverse 45ing, I guess we should say, but I just like a little bit of block off here, believe it or not. All right, so this should take care of everything for us.
We need to destroy those pods before they hatch.
Okay, so the pods are coming out, but again, I don't worry about those so much. I have no problem with the pods being out. They really don't bother me. So we'll just go here. I'm gonna throw the slow field down. Okay. And then everything else should be golden. We're gonna work our way down now. Great opportunity here for farming of resource if you wish. Backside here if you want to come out that way. Pickaxe the pods. It's most effective, best way to work them in my opinion. Again, many different play styles, many different hero loadouts that you can go with. To each is their own with, in the end, truly. In the end, it just kind of, did you get the W, right? What worked best for you? I don't like best and worst in Save the World, never have. I refuse to even entertain the idea of discussing it because it's just something I've never understood when the discussions are happening in the game. As always, we don't need the most damage. We need the right damage. Or necessarily a top tier hero, but the right hero for your playstyle. All right. So. Again, I'm just taking my time right now. There is zero reason to rush. Okay, remember, eat your coconut, then drop your teddy. Get that extra damage. You must have Crossbones Barrett, or that going coconut's in your loadout to get the damage. Since you're on your own solo anyway, that's how you get them, if you had him. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but if not, actually one of my top recommended heroes right now, if you've missed him in the most recent or previous season. You can see here, I am just taking my time right now. This right here can help you pretty much build and trap your whole final defense. Just this area. It would cut down all the remaining of your farming for the most part. Okay, now we're going to work our way just around one last time and down back behind here. There's a little ammo area over here. A lot of resource here. If you need some extra ammunition, you need your tapes, right? I would tell you to come in here and grab this. It'd be good. Some nuts and bolts, things of that nature. Okay. But we're going to, just work a little bit here. Okay. Got to see a vacuum tube launcher, and we'll grab that. And then again, this will go until you defeat those enemies, right? So completely up to you how fast you want to take it. All right, and then you're just remember when it comes to your exit point, right? You're going to be looking for that fence, unless you destroy it, right? Right here. So try not to destroy the fence. I'm going to try to pull that boss and aggro that boss over here on me and bring him up. All right, let's take a look at the build for a moment. Make sure we don't have any unnecessary damage anywhere. All right, everything looks pretty good to go. Okay, let's go on up here a bit.
Spotted.
And again, zero reason to rush here if you don't wish to. All right. Build looks good. I'm actually going to take this person to follow me. Not really having any action back around here right now, so. Because I'm going to take her down with me to help me eliminate the boss here. All right, so let's have her come with me. Okay. All right, good. See another crazy character around here. He's down and around this way, it looks like. So let me go get him.
A little help here.
All right. Kind of see how he messes about with you here. They'll pack a pretty good punch, too. You can see here how that boar is working to our advantage. And then out we go, okay?
I don't think I need to remind you that a military base is a great place to stock up on supplies.
Just make sure you got all your final farming done if you want to get some farming in.
Lars, what are your measurements? What? Shirt size, inseam waist, shoe size. Oh, it's nice of you to ask, but you don't need to get me anything. This has nothing to do with presents, Lars. Nothing. I'd like to keep my inseam private,
Follow,
please.
Follow.
That's okay. My helpers
Let's get up
will
here.
find out. Let's just focus on the road.
Now you can search everything before you strike, of course, and as always, right? If you're low on your coconuts, or you can focus on, try not to take damage on your, build, right? That'll just be a preference. I'd also tell you when you have chances, right, and you're not using something in particular, recycle it down, right? Out here when you have time to recycle down. Before you get to the end, right? No, it's just a nice little tip. Get yourself prepared in advance. Okay. We're just going to eat. I would say at this point, maybe get some ammo in your pocket. You can use the traps that you find, by the way. You don't have to make your own, but I like to make my own. I like to make sure I make them in advance, too. All right, that way when we get going, we're going to have the traps that we need. Now, I would push up here a bit ahead, try to get this spawn cloud to go. Be a nice thing to do. And we're just going to seal this wall here down.
This area is not in my travel guide. Did you take a wrong turn somewhere?
Seal this down.
Well, lock the doors and don't pick up any hitchhikers.
Now we've been able to farm effectively and efficiently here, so there's really not a need to go farming right now, honestly. anymore. I think we got enough loot right now to hold, so. Try to aggro those storm clouds or the spawn if you can. All right. Now, there's some nice things in here to be searching and farming for. There's a treasure chest up here you can grab up in the back area there if you want it. Again, I just looked at my traps. I'm feeling pretty good right now with what we're, working with, but just in my mind, I kind of know what I need. Have an effective run at the end. Just protecting the sides. You don't want anything to kind of sneak out here if you can help it. And this would be if you're just worried about, potential damage or something, right? Maybe you're going for the 100%. Remember, you don't have to have 100%. Now, typically when I'm running, I end up with that, but it's not necessary. It's not required by any stretch, right? You just got to be successful and get that W when it's all said and done, right? So.
I'm working on my own holiday song. Want to hear it? Is there a safe answer to this question?
And then when you're poking it, start getting down, you're going to want to pick up your searching again, right? Well, let's go ahead here and block this off here.
Now you. It's only 14,342,400 seconds until... No! Time marches forward, Lars. Account for that in song. Oh, no. I just flew into a canyon.
I'm just trying to get a few more coconuts. All right, we have a record dash here. I would tell you when it comes to this in particular, not to farm anything. Right, if you can help it.
My travel guide says that is the rock.
Now, I like to, just to be safe, put a little bit of a build around here.
I mean, let's check it out.
Okay. And then we're just going to go and start searching. Hopefully your record pops like it did, and you're out. Now, it seems like they've changed that a little bit where they've made it a little easier to find your record. So
Here, let's make a trade. I'll give you one of these special weapons in exchange.
that's one thing with Save the World in general. Along the years, they've done everything they can just to make it easier and easier and easier, unfortunately.
Promise that you won't let anyone change my song. I don't think I can make you that promise. Oh, that hurts my heart, Lars. I thought we were friends. I guess I was wrong. No, man, it's not like that. People just don't want to hear Christmas music in July. You know what I think? I think the Huts came because we have strayed from holiday cheer. Maybe you all deserve the Huts. You might want to keep that thought to yourself. Roger that, boss. I'll put it in with the rest of the bad thoughts. That's reassuring. Should be!
I'd work your launcher here too, if you could. All right. So let's work the build. Okay, and you got a little bit of time here to get it all ready. So let's do that. Make sure we are protecting the build best that we can. Okay, a little bit of a lobber shield. Make sure you don't create a land bridge though, which you can do if you're not careful here.
Take her! Ooh. Husk!
Okay, and we're just going to let our defenders work here. And then we're going to slow them down here. Okay. I'm just going to make sure they're not seeing any secret area or anything where they can fling at you or lob at you. All right, we'll just be mindful of everything.
Enemy down!
All right. Now, here's some flingers. Let me just go take a look.
Flinger spotted!
Now, of course, you could have many, many, many more traps here if you chose to farm more. All right, it really comes down to a playstyle choice, my friends. All right, you can get yourself a nice little build up here. You know, however you might want to do it when it's all said and done. Right, you could just layer all this however you wish. All right, you can do block offs here, but peel all this down. Put one here. All right. I'm going to go up now, just make sure I'm not taking any heat from anywhere up top again. Now, remember, you don't need to worry about traps here per se. You know, you've got propane. You can get anti-air traps down if you wish. I'm not really concerned about it, to be honest with you, though, friends.
Husk spotted.
You don't need to be either. Okay. So anyway, you get a propane, just like at a regular mission, right? We just get our build back, right? The way I would run it anyway. Right, put my typical finisher that I like to run on it. All right, maybe a little block off section there if you want to seal it. All right. And then we'll just kind of wait for that boss to come.
Smasher.
I'm going to go with some gas traps too. You could go with that if you wish. Maybe. We'll wait and see.
Spotted.
All right, and then I think with the last 30 seconds, you just seal it down. Right, just seal everything down. All right.
Smasher.
But anyway, that would be our week 2 challenge where we escort Crackshot. No damage taken. As we can see here, vehicle health 100%.
This is your moment, Crackshot. Grab that
And
mic.
again, this will be for the Staccato Shotto. Now, I would take a look at your quest for a moment. Make sure you got your tapes, what you do, got your dailies, and then we're going to get our test run.
Let's crave it. Joy deniers.
Again, there are many, many different ways to take this on.
Sorry.
Now, if you're in a team environment, right, you get your wooden floor spikes down into your tars all the way up. You get more electric fields going. Your gas traps would go over, you know, your wooden floor spikes. But that is, once again, our Hit the Road 140. No damage taken to our vehicle. And I will see you guys next week for our week 3 challenge.